said, he is a man of many parts. Please welcome with me Dr. Evans Woherem for his keynote address.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I particularly thank Mr. Mohammed Ahmad, OON, and Hilda Unko for making it possible for me to be here today to attend this occasion. I am so delighted to be here for this epochal event. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Evans Woherem, and the topic for my presentation is technology as a tool to further corporate governance. In order to make this presentation, ladies and gentlemen, my theses are going to be as follows. One, I'm going to make the point that there is a positive correlation between good corporate governance, economic performance for that organization. There's always that correlation. I'm also going to make the point that technology has always, been there supporting organizations. Organizations have always used technology in most of the areas of the organization, the functional areas of the organization. And when technologies are used in any of the functional areas of an organization, technology tends to always provide information that are needed, provide accountability, make sure that at the end of the day, there is reliability. All these things bring about corporate governance, especially good corporate governance in an organization. I'm also going to make sure that I point out that effective use of technology at the end of the day bring about good corporate governance. And as a result of that, enhances financial economic performance within organizations. Now, therefore, my agenda for this presentation is going to look at governance, generally speaking, and of course, therefore, good, governance. What does it mean, for us to say that within an organization or even within a country there is good, governance? I'm also going to take a deep dive to the area of corporate governance itself. I'm also going to ask, why do we have to ensure that there is good corporate governance in organization? Why do we have to make sure there's corporate governance? I'm also going to look at the 4 P's of corporate governance and then how to ensure that technology is going to be used properly in organizations to make sure that there's good corporate governance before I conclude. Now, within every organization, and for that matter, even countries, the process of decision-making and also the process whereby those decisions are implemented is what is referred to governance. And when this is done very well to the benefit of all the stakeholders, then we say that there is good governance within that particular entity. Now, governance means that there are certain sets of rules, standards, processes, procedures that are in place that everybody will have to adhere to. And when this is done, it means that it benefits all stakeholders. Now, I talked about governance, making sure there is good governance within an organization. Now, the World Bank itself described good governance as the extent to which within an organization or within a country, things are handled efficiently, effectively, and appropriately in the management of that country's or the organization's economic affairs, thereby bringing about economic and social benefits for that organization. To this, there are often 8 pillars that help to make sure that there is good governance within a particular entity, be it at the country level, in that particular entity through which decisions, are made impartially, especially on issues to do with human rights. There also has to be consensus within that particular organization or, say, a country. Things should not be imposed on others. There has to be a system whereby decisions are made on the basis of consensus. There has to be equity and inclusiveness. And also, there has to be effectiveness and efficiency of the processes that are used in making decisions within the particular entity. There also has to be accountability and, of course, transparency.
Ladies and
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are absolutely sorry for this technical hitch. I blame it on Murphy's Law. Today, most of what needs to go wrong or can go wrong seem to be going wrong. But anyway, I hope it's all better now so we can continue. But the screen is still not yet coming on. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm absolutely sorry for the technical hitch. As I said, I'm blaming it on Murphy's Law. Everything that can go wrong seems to be going wrong. Today we have to this presentation, but hope it is back now. So as I was saying, corporate governance is all about, and I was saying that in my opinion, corporate governance seeks to reduce fraud. In fact, let me go back to a previous slide. Okay, that slide is not coming on. So let me I wanted to go back to the previous slide. Okay.
Bank of Industry, we provide long-term financial support at very low interest rates to small, medium, and large enterprises in Nigeria's real sectors. For further inquiries, go to the BOI office nearest to you or visit www.boi.ng. Bank of Industry, transforming Nigeria's industrial sector.
Well, basically, I was making the point that corporate governance is all about a set of policies, procedures, standards through which things can be done appropriately. And in things being done appropriately, the board has to also make sure that it acts as an oversight body looking at what management is doing so that all those standards, procedures, and processes are observed. When that is done, at the end of the day, good corporate governance can be engendered. And in making sure that this is done, I also made the point that technology offers organizations the tools through which they can enhance their ability to conduct business efficiently. And then good governance is in a state of vast transformation, and technology has always played a major role. When you look at all the functional areas of an organization, technology has always played a role, and in playing that role, it makes sure that at the end of the day, that it enables the organization to have better quality of information that will bring about transparency. And as a result of the use of these technologies, it also makes sure that there is accountability and that risks are avoided and that there is auditability of who did what within the organization. Now, in terms of technology, there are 4 areas where technology helps with regards to governance in organizations. One, as a result of the use of technology, it enhances transparency, as I've been talking about. It also leads to better provision of information and also accountability. And it also enables an organization to increase public participation, both in terms of those that are within the organization and those that are outside of the organization. It also helps to make sure that there is a better delivery of goods and services in a more efficient manner. It also makes sure that security is better assured, both in terms of physical security and cyber security and other kinds of risks that can afflict an organization. Now, as a result of trying to make sure that technology supports organizations properly with regards to corporate governance, a lot of organizations, especially out there, in other parts of the world, have started making use of electronic board portals. Electronic board portals basically are systems that help, especially the board in its management and other activities, and in trying to maintain oversight of what the greater organization is doing. These board portals now are being used the world over, in especially some key organizations, and it provides a better tool for management of board activities. So board portals are one such tool that can help by making boards more effective and board members to be more accountable while assisting businesses in everything that they do in terms of setting objectives and in terms of also measuring performance at the end of the day. Now, there are 5 ways board portals can help with corporate governance in organizations. One is that board portals provide instant board packs or board papers. With board portals, you can generate board papers easily, be able to annotate them easily be able to store them, be able to send them to all board members and other members of the organization that needs to see whatever portions of the papers that are held, by the board portals. And as a result of that, it reduces costs, courier costs, it reduces the costs relating to making sure that board members meet, physically, because it can manage the ability for board members to host, meetings without all of them, having to be at the meeting space physically. And it also generally helps to make sure that there's greater oversight in terms of what management is doing. It promotes better efficiency, and as a result of that, it allows easy collaboration across documents. It makes sure that only those that can cite particular aspects of a particular document are the ones that are going to see those documents. It makes, therefore, sure that there is security gain depending on the structure of your company, as people access only what they are able to see, as I said. So agendas can be collaborated in producing and also can be sent out digitally to everybody to make an input before even the meeting starts. So board members can be notified of and invited to meetings with their responses logged digitally as well. It also helps with regards to accountability, because as a result of the use of this type of systems, it provides an added layer of accountability in such a manner that board members can log in and see what they are supposed to see, and whoever makes any changes, there is always an audit trail that that specify who made what change at what particular time and place. Therefore, it also helps to manage risks, not just all kinds of physical risks, not also in terms of risk of people making use of the data they are not supposed to see, but it also helps in managing so many other kinds of risks for organizations. It also makes sure that there is adherence to regulations. So some board portals that are in use generally in the world today, one is Diligent. Diligent is used by more than 50% of the Fortune 1000 companies out there in the world. And basically it can be used for all aspects of how to manage the activities and processes of a board in terms of making sure that agendas to meetings are provided, documents are generated and distributed to board members. Board members can read and annotate each of those, and all this can even be done in real time, and therefore it enables better collaborations, and a lot of things can also be done remotely. Meetings can also be held remotely. Now, as I said, there are so many other electronic board portals. One of them is Convene, which was developed by Azius. It practically does the same thing. Another one is Simplify. It does the same thing as I said, and then there's also Board Bookit, which also does the same thing. So there's, to me, no need for me to go through each one of them, because they are all basically geared towards doing the same thing. And another new technology that has come on stream that is also helping with corporate governance is blockchain. As you all know, blockchain is a digital peer-to-peer decentralized ledger, system that keeps records of all the transactions that take place within a particular system. It's therefore a record of events and data, and that is shared between many parties. And once information is entered, it cannot, be altered. It's therefore immutable. As a result of this, it helps to promote efficiency by removing administrative, bottlenecks. It also helps to maintain accountability because it mitigates the risk of fraud for organizations by providing an immutable audit trail. It also leads to a lot of transparency because a lot of things, that are done within an organization in terms of, let's say, its ownership structure, in terms of, let's say, running an AGM, it means that everybody, can see and trust whatever, is taking place because nobody, can make any, changes without other parties within, the nodes of the system knowing what was changed and who made, the changes. Now, blockchain provides so many opportunities. One is that, as I said, it provides an audit trail and it makes sure that there is absolute record, keeping in such a manner that, for example, in an organization with regards to the stocks and ownership structure of an organization, it makes sure that it records all the information in such a manner that everybody will trust, what is happening. And then in terms of entity management, as I said, it provides trust, it provides security, and also it provides the ability to facilitate things like statutory filings from companies to corporate registries, and also make sure that there is exchange of information between people in a trusted manner. It makes sure that there is digital identity. You are who you say you are. You can't be somebody else and be claiming that you are somebody else. So within a system that is run by blockchain, everybody, is who they claim to be. It therefore means that there is embedded trust, and that therefore that there is physical, digital identity that proves that whoever, is saying that they are who they are actually who they are. For shareholders, blockchain could lower costs of trading and also make sure that there is transparent ownership of records while permitting visible real-time observation. And also, it's a very good system for assuring that there is better management of intellectual property rights. It helps with promoting ownership. It provides a timestamp for whatever changes are done, and as a result of that, keeps very good, records, and also leads to good real-time accounting. And as a result of that, it also provides certainty, and data therefore are trusted. It also promotes smart contract. As you know, a smart contract is a piece of computer code that is capable of monitoring, executing, and enforcing an agreement. Smart contracts can be used for exchange of money, property, shares, or anything of value in a transparent, conflict-free manner. It provides transparency, as I've been saying all along, and also leads to better voting, especially within AGMs. When votes are carried out, it's carried out in a very efficient and a manner that is highly, trusted. So who has done what, and therefore how, things really are within the organization. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, what have I been, saying? I'm saying that there's always, been technology in the area of governance. There is a positive correlation between good, use of technology and also good governance within an organization, which means that organizations are encouraged to make very good use of technology. And also, as a result of the fact that we are now in a post-COVID era in which a lot of people are even meeting without coming physically. This type of technologies make sure that people can still meet and conduct business even when they are very far away from one another, even when they are in other parts of the world. So governance is something that is very important within organization. You have good governance, you also are going to have good economic and financial benefits, within the organization. And if you have technology, technology enhances corporate governance. And as a result of that, organizations within Africa, especially here, also in Nigeria, are encouraged to make sure that they make use of technology, good use of technology, and that they particularly also make use of new technologies like electronic board portals and also electronic, something like blockchain technology. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Dr. Oherem. That was a very insightful presentation, and we'll be going straight up to